Now, third and last application of Gauss theorem, that is third application. Field due to uniformly charged thin spherical cell. Field due to uniformly charged thin spherical cell. Now, suppose there is a thin cell. There is a thin cell which have a radius r, and this cell have charge density sigma. Charge density sigma. Okay. Now, three cases again are arise here. Electric field inside. What is the electric field inside the cell? What is the electric field on the surface of the cell? What is the electric field out of the cell? There are three cases. Three cases may be asked. Find the electric field inside the cell, over the cell, and outside the cell. So case wise we will discuss. Case first, inside the cell. Inside the cell. Now we are going to find the electric field inside the cell. Suppose here inside any point P where we want to find electric field. So what we will do, this, suppose this is a radius r and here r is less than r. So what we will do, to use the Gauss theorem we must have a Gaussian surface. So we will draw a Gaussian surface. As we know that the total charge is at over the surface, so there will be no charge here. So as we know that phi E is equals to E into A, and what is E? E is what? 4 pi r square. A is area of this Gaussian surface. This is also a sphere, and a sphere, the area of a sphere is 4 pi r square, so that is a phi E. But according to Gauss theorem, what is phi? Q net upon epsilon naught. And what is the Q net inside this Gaussian surface? No, 0. Q net is 0 because all the charges are at the surface of sphere. So Q net is 0, means this phi E becomes what? 0. So that is equation second, that is equation first. So this is phi, this is phi. We can equate this. E into 4 pi r square is equal to, this is what? 0. Means E equals to 0 upon 4 pi r square. So that becomes 0. So this implies E is 0. Means E inside the cell always 0, hollow cell. Okay. So there is no electric field inside the cell. Okay. Now, second case, outside. Outside. Suppose this is a cell. This is a cell of radius r, and here outside anywhere at point P we want to find at a distance r from the, here r is greater than capital R. So we must enclose this with a Gaussian, that is a Gaussian surface. Okay. So again as we know that E equals to phi equals to EA cos theta, and here area vector and electric field both are in same direction outward. Okay, so theta is what, 0 degree, and cos 0 what, 1. So this becomes phi E, and A is what, 4 pi what, small r square. Just mark it. This is a Gaussian surface and this area will taken here. Okay, so not you don't take this r, because this is a Gaussian surface and this has a radius r, so we will take this area. Also, according to Gauss theorem, phi is what, q net upon epsilon naught, and q is not given here. Here sigma is given. As we know that sigma is what, q upon area. So q upon area. Now this area will take, because charge is over the what, spherical cell. So this is 4 pi capital R square here. Okay, because charge is on the sphere. So from here q is equal to sigma 4 pi r square. Q becomes sigma 4 pi r square. Now put the value, sigma into 4 pi r square upon epsilon naught. This is equation second. So this is phi, this is also phi. So from first and second we can write E into 4 pi r square equals to sigma into 4 pi r square upon epsilon naught. 4 pi cancel. E is equals to what? E is equals to sigma r square upon r square epsilon naught. So we can write like that. Okay, we can write like that. Okay, otherwise you can write in terms of charge also. E into 4 pi r square. Suppose this is a charge q net, so q upon epsilon naught. So from here E is equals to q upon 4 pi r square epsilon naught. You can also write in terms of charge if charge is given. Okay, now last case in this, at the surface of the cell, at the surface of the cell. Third case, at the surface of the cell, means this is a, here point P is there, this is R, means R is equals to R. Small r and capital R now becomes equal. So what you will write? You will write E equals to phi equals to E into 4 pi r square, capital R square, and also phi equals to q upon epsilon naught from Gauss law. So from these two equations you can write E 4 pi r square equals to q upon epsilon naught. So E q upon 4 pi epsilon naught r square. Okay, r square. So also you can write 1 upon epsilon naught q upon 4 pi r square. And what is this area? Okay, area, charge upon area is what? Sigma. So you can write sigma upon epsilon naught. Okay, so in this case you can write. So on the basis of these three cases you can draw a graph. In a single graph you can summarize all three cases. This is the distance from the distance r from the center, and this is what electric field, and this is what sphere. So this is maximum r. So inside the electric field, inside the sphere, you have seen electric field is 0. Okay, so no electric field at the surface. At the surface is maximum. So suppose this is the maximum electric field E, and when electric field is outside, then you can see that it is the inversely proportional to r. Outside inversely proportional to r means when r is increases, electric field will decreases. Okay, so that is on the surface maximum electric field, and that is decreases when distance increases. So this is a graph.